Okay, so I looked high and low to try to find out how to disassemble this SIP22 lock here. So I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to do it myself, and I think I finally figured it out. So let's get started. So the first thing we want to do is we'll just pop this top off. Now the thing is, you got to be very careful about these little parts that come flying off. A lot of little parts that come flying off. That's why I have this little tray underneath me. This little tray under here, so if something falls, I have a better chance of it not just falling on the floor or somewhere on the desk or something like that. And I'm trying to keep it as close to me as possible because things kind of fall straight down. So you see in here is we have to take out this little pin to get to I'm going to show you where there's a little thing we're going to have to get to. First, we'll take this out, this piece here. I got a little bucket here, a little thing that can tray. I can put it in there, drop it off there. Okay, so you see this little pin right here. This little pin right here holds the wafers in. We have to remove that in order to be able to get the wafers to come out so we can then figure out where the cuts are. See right in here, there's a little pin in here that has to come out. So what I do is I just go to this side right here and I find that little pin. Hang on, where is it? I got this. Okay, here it is. So I'm going to put it out. That's going to come flying out too. Like as these little things that start flying out, and you really need to be very careful as they come out. The little clip here is going to, there we go. See, it just flew out, and it flew over under my arm. And see, these things are just like, you're so careful with this stuff, you know? Okay. Okay, so if you know of a way to keep control of your parts not coming out or flying out all over the place, you let me know down in the comments below. As you know, I'm trying to figure this thing out myself. I'm a newbie in this. You know, they say they can't teach old dogs new trick. Well, I'm an old dog and I'm always learning new tricks. Okay, so now that they got that pin out, I can now get this out. You now see that how nicely it comes out? Look at that. Look at that. See, look. Okay. So now, as you can see, I can take the key out and the wafers come up. So when the key is out, that just shows you right here how it locks the door. And then when you put the key in, you see that's how it works for unlocking the door. Now, in this particular lock, it has a little bar right here, which must be removed in order to be able to take the wafers out if we want to read the wafers and find out what the wafers are. Okay. So this is what we're going to do right now. So we can take the wafers out and start to see what they are, which ones. I wrote them down earlier, but I just want to pull one out just to show you what I'm talking about, and we'll put it back together because that's also a little tricky putting things back together. Okay, now, so the wafers, as I just want to show you, that little bar holds them in place. So I cannot pull these wafers out until I move that bar out. Okay, so I can pull it out from here, but I'm going to need a little bit of help from here. I found. Okay, hang on here. To get it started a little bit, you know, there you go. See, now it's higher up. I can now pull it out now, but I have to be very, see, they're already starting to come. That's the thing. You must be so careful when you do this stuff, because once that happens, once you remove that pin, those wafers are going to fall out. So what you want to do, you pull it out, it's out. Okay. Now these wafers, if I let this go, they're all going to fall out. Okay. I just want to get one. Okay. Just one for now. Take this one out. There's a little spring in there too. What I'll do, I did this last time, is I set it down here so it can't fall down. There we go. Now I'm able to pull out these wafers without worrying about the bottoms, the ones on the bottom falling out. I can just pull it out, and you'll see on the wafer there is a little number that I'll be able to get a cut number on it. I pull it out. Okay, so there we go. It's on the other side, and this one is a C. That's a C. Okay, so I'm going to put it back. There's a little teeny spring that's inside here that you have to be very careful. If you aren't, it'll fall out, and you're not going to be able to have your wafers springing back up how they're supposed to in order to be able to lock it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back. I just want to put it back. I'm going to put that little bar back. I got to be careful on how I do that. A little bar. Okay. All right. So let's put this little bar back. I got to be careful on how I do it so things don't start coming out. This is like, it gets a little tricky here. Okay. I just want to get that bar back in there. Okay. So nothing falls out. And then that way, once I got that bar back in there, then the wafers are free and clear. I don't have to worry about, there we go. Now they're not going to fall out. See that? I'm good. Now I'm safe. Okay. So I make sure it's down there, seated really well. Make sure it's there. Okay. Okay, we got that, right? Now we can just put it back together. Okay, now there's another piece here. Let's see, here is this one here, which goes inside. Little spring seat. All these little things start falling down. So you have a little, make sure you have a workspace that if they do fall out, then you're not going to lose them. So let's go here now, put this here inside, and you see if you put it in here, hang on a second. I'm new at this, so give me a, it's one of my first videos I'm making, and as I go, I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better at all those different things. Okay, now we got to get to be locked in place. So what I'm going to do, in order to make my life easier, put my key back in. Now, if you don't have a key, because if it's an all keys lost situation, well, you're going to make a key, okay, and you'll make a key. See that now I can get it back in, and then you can put it in right here. You got to push this part here down. Okay, so you can get inside there. There's a little plus, and I'm going to put it in the direction. There's a little thing that's sticking out there that it just fits right in. Okay, now it's back together again. Let's get the pin put back in. Where's that pin? Where's that place to where it goes? You're done. Okay, that goes back in there. That was easy enough. Okay. Okay, so that's locked back in there. What's the next thing we got to do? Well, let's check and see, make sure everything's working right. Yeah, working right. Okay. So now we got to put this back. This is a little tricky. I'm going to use this little thing here. Another AliExpress special. All right, there we go. All right, so that's going to help me keep it stable. If I can get it for you here, make sure that I'm in the place here. Like that. Okay. I got to put this in. This was giving me trouble earlier when I was putting it back, and I lost the spring. And this is how I ended up figuring out get this little tray going. But I could see that stuff is still flying. It's almost like there should be like a little box that you can work with. That you don't have to worry about things flying. Maybe you know of something like that. If you do, let me know. Okay, so put the spring on there. If I can do it like this, maybe not. Very tricky little thing here. Does not go in at an angle. You see, it goes like that, but you got to get it. When you have it exactly right, it just drops right in. And let's move this a little bit. Maybe I can get it at this angle. Hold on. There we go. I think I got it. Yeah. See, if you have it straight, it goes in. Good. It's in. Okay. There we go. Looks good. Okay. Now we have that little cover that keeps and protects the inside the lock there. How we doing? Hang on. Bring it out here. Get it here. I can put it back in place. Good. Okay. We got it there. Okay. And okay. Okay, push it down. If I try to hammer it down too much, then what happens is that little piece in there, all these little pieces start coming out. You have to be really careful how you get it back on there so things don't come off. Yeah, I heard a little click. That was a good sound. Okay. Okay, hang on. Almost there. It's just that angle. Okay. I should just click on. Let's line it up. There. Look at that. We got it back. Look at that. Okay. It's back together again. Now let's put this in. See if the key works. It works. Okay. It works. Ta-da. Now you know how to do it. Okay. The main thing is just to be very careful about the little pieces that go flying all over there. Find a trick. If you know a good trick, let me know. I could use it. But what I did was I wrote down on each of those little wafers, there's a number, and those are the cut numbers, and that'll give me the cut of that key. I already checked it out. Looks good. And if it was an all keys lost, so I could cut a new key, and boom, you'd have a happy customer. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments, please do. If you have any tips for me to make videos better, I'd love to hear that. I'm new at this. I am the Boomer Locksmith, and it's all about just, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, I'm an old dog, and I'm learning new tricks all the time, and you can too. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and share with friends.